Take it or leave it. Sex before marriage is not good. It is not advisable, and I'm going to tell you why. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree with me, but at least I beg you, please listen to me. If you know you're already married, fine. You already passed the stage of this preaching, it's okay. You can as well pass this message to your younger ones, and if you are a mother, God bless you for watching. Please just try and teach our glorious generation the right thing to do. One thing I believe in is that we cannot continue to repeat the mistakes of the past and expect, like a different result. We cannot continue to do the same thing in those days and expect a new result. I don't know if you understand what I mean. I mean, you want to make your soup or you want to make your jollof rice, and you always use the same ingredients every time you use it. I mean, every time you cook that food. You should expect the same kind of taste. You shouldn't expect something different. What do I mean by that? In those days, if we read the Bible through, you will know that, or you will agree with me that most of the prophets made a lot of mistakes. Why? Because they are human beings, they were born of the flesh just like you and I. So, but we cannot be repeating their mistakes and be expecting something different. What people, the excuse a lot of people give, like, when it comes to sex before marriage, many people nowadays, most especially nowadays, they will tell you, in fact, they will preach to you. I see a lot of things on social media. They will tell you, you have to test before you buy. You have to test it before you buy. Like, I don't get it. So, meaning they are trying to encourage you that you have to combine, you have to have sex with each other before you bring yourself into the house. Like, why? Why should it be? You know there is a lot of, there's this rampant way of divorce right now. I think we should just try and follow the real thing, like through what God himself wanted. After all, this marriage thing, or let me say this cohabiting of two people, or whatever you want to call it, it was, initiated by God. Everything started from God. It was God that established marriage. Whether you believe in God or not, it doesn't change the fact that God the Almighty established this thing called marriage. And he didn't say Adam and Eve, he said Adam and Eve. Sex before marriage is not advisable. If you think you have to test it before you buy it, well, as for ladies, I'm going to tell you, many people will have to test you. Many guys will have to test you. Many, this thing called private party might ended up being a public place where everyone has to visit, check it out, and leave. So when we talk about sex before marriage, if you are a female and you are supporting, this sex before marriage, you think you have to do it before you get in, then what if it doesn't work out? Because there are marriages that even, weddings that even go off the hook, like it just collapse at the end, or let me say, even before the wedding or before the hold takes place. Some, it is even 24 hours, it collapses. So if you are doing it, you have to be ready for the consequences. It has a lot of consequences. Premarital sex will land you into pregnancies you didn't plan for, unwanted pregnancies. In fact, let me just be factual. Many of us may have come to this world through unplanned pregnancy. I don't want to say unwanted pregnancy. Let's say unplanned pregnancy, because every child is wanted. Every child is a glorious product. Every child is important, because it doesn't matter the circumstances that brought them to the world, okay? But what I know is that there are circumstances that could affect a lot of things. So if you were meant to give birth to twins, and that will be the only children you will have in your life, and then you engage yourself in premarital sex and indulge in what is not proper, and you probably mistakenly or I don't know, unfortunately, or let me say fortunately, you got pregnant for the wrong person. Maybe that was supposed to be the only pregnancy for you in this world. That means you have to give that child, you have to give birth to a man who does not even care, because he doesn't want the pregnancy anyway. There are a lot of people who don't even know their biological father. Why? Because, because of this situation. So if we follow the right thing, like, why not just ignore it? Why not just let it be? Why not just stop that premarital sex and face this life squarely? After all, when you get married, there will still be some time that this same man will call you for sex and you will ignore, because it is no longer, you don't just marry because of sex, because marriage is not all about sex. There's a lot of things that is involved, and we just have to be practical. All these things are just for now, so don't use for now to destroy your future. Okay, that is one. But the major reason you should not indulge in premarital sex is because, have you noticed that premarital sex is going to make it easier for the enemy to repeat the mistakes of your parents in your life? Like, premarital sex is this tool that the devil is using to bring back an evil pattern. Like, maybe what happened to the person's mother, the thing will happen again in the life of the child. It happens. It's always like that. You can try and think through, or you listen. You can even call your parents and ask. I'm sure a good mother will not sit a child down and tell that child that, okay, be sleeping with men before you get married. It is just not nice. And then the last thing I want to say about it, and I still bring this topic back again, is that if you notice on wedding day, if you have already had it, so what's that thing that brother is looking out for? I thought when they say honeymoon, it is all about, oh my goodness, I can't wait to have my wife. The wife is also thinking, I can't wait to have him, I can't wait to have him. So what's that eagerness on that wedding day is no longer there, my dear, it is gone. So, well, if you're the man, you may think this is right, but even for you, you have to stop it. It is not right. Let's keep ourselves just clean. It is called private part, not a public place. And for the men to zip up, it's not only women that need to zip up. If only guys can zip up and control themselves, many ladies too will be able to keep it up. But if the guys can't be zipping up, then please, ladies, you are most important. Your body is the temple of God. Take it or leave it. Sex before marriage is bad. Thank you.
We are the glorious generation.